Atomic Blonde, female John Wick, let's do this! Hey everyone, welcome to another review. Here's my review for the movie Atomic Blonde. Yes, Atomic Blonde stars Charlize Theron, James McAvoy, John Goodman, and Toby Jones. And this movie's directed by David Leitch. Yes, the guy who gave us the very first John Wick movie. Yes, and this is the new action, mystery, suspenseful thriller, Atomic Blonde. Yes, and this movie takes place in Berlin. It's basically about an MI6 agent named Lorraine. And basically she has to track down these espionage agents who basically murdered this other agent, this unknown agent. She has to track them down and basically take them out and find out what really happened to that agent that died. And she's teamed up with James McAvoy's character, who she doesn't know if she should trust him or not. And then, yeah, we have our movie, our action thriller movie, directed by David Leitch. Yes, the guy who gave us the first John Wick movie, who's doing Deadpool 2 next year. I'm really excited for that. And yeah, I was highly anticipating this movie, actually. This movie looked a lot of fun, looked really funny, it looked really action-packed. The action looked really crisp and everything. It looked like a really exciting movie, and I was really pumped to see another, like, John Wick kind of movie. It's female John Wick with Charlize Theron. I've always been a fan of Charlize Theron. I know she can do good serious roles, but she can also do some really good action movies. And yeah, Atomic Blonde, I finally got to see it. I got an early screening of it, and here are my thoughts and opinions. This movie is a lot of fun. Yes, Atomic Blonde, it's nowhere near as good as John Wick or John Wick 2. They're better movies with better characters, better action, it's got better world building, it's more interesting, those movies. The John Wick movies are just more interesting and more entertaining movies, and the John Wick character is a more interesting and more compelling character than this Lorraine character, but this movie was still a lot of fun. Atomic Blonde was still fun, action-packed, very thrilling movie, had some pretty good suspense, great action scenes, and it was just a fun, entertaining film. The positives is the action. Again, because this is directed by David Leitch. David Leitch knows how to do great choreography and get great action scenes without using, shaky cam or quick cuts and stuff, and he uses a lot of great practicality, no CGI, he knows how to use really long takes to make the action feel more realistic and make the action feel more brutal. You can really feel the brutality with the fight scenes in this movie, and they're really well done. The choreography was just excellent. The hand-to-hand combat, the car chasing, the gunshot scenes were really badass, and Lorraine, the character Lorraine, played by Charlize Theron, is just such a badass character. She kicks so much ass in this movie, and yeah, not as badass as John Wick, but she is pretty cool in this movie, and Charlize Theron, she doesn't give an amazing performance, but she does give a decent performance, and she was a very good choice because she can, she can pull off the badass girl with the sort of a bland personality, but still she can look badass and do the stunts really cool, and she looks really cool in this movie. And yeah, the supporting cast was really strong in this movie. James McAvoy was great. James McAvoy's good in almost everything he does, and he's great. Same with Toby Jones and John Goodman. They're not like really big in the movie, but they're very good and they're very memorable in the film. And Sofia Boutella, again, not huge in this movie, but she's great, and this is her second big movie this year. I loved her in Star Trek Beyond, but she was in The Mummy this year. She was fine in that movie, but yeah, this is her another big movie, and yeah, she's fine for what she does in this movie. The performances, all in all, were good. They were fine. James McAvoy was probably the show stealer, and yeah, everyone gives a great performance. Charlize Theron could have been a little better. She could have been a more interesting character, and Charlize Theron could have been a little more, energetic and stuff. She was a little wooden, but again, she was still pretty cool and badass to watch, and yeah, the action was really good. There was a pretty decent world they sort of build. The John Wick world is just a lot more creative and a lot more interesting, like with the hotels and stuff and like all these other hitmen and assassins. It's really cool and interesting. This one, it does feel more realistic because it's in Berlin and real countries with real people and stuff, and it's fine. The shots are really good. There's some good cinematography, some pretty good production. The editing isn't at all choppy, and again, when it comes to the action is really badass and really well done. David Leitch knows how to make good action. There was even quite a few comedic elements to the film, mostly with James McAvoy. James McAvoy does have a lot of very funny scenes, and he is very, very funny. And I did love him with Charlize Theron, cracking a lot of jokes and stuff. And there are even a few twists and turns. They're very obvious when you watch the film, but it's interesting to see how this movie plays out. And the story is interesting enough. The direction is really good. Now, the bad part of this movie, the negative about this movie, is the screenplay. The dialogue at times comes off a bit cheesy. The character, especially the lead character, Lorraine, she should have been a little more of a fleshed out character and a little more interesting and have a little more personality. Again, she does what she does with the screenplay she has, just the script doesn't give her a lot to work with, and she could have been a lot more interesting and a lot more of a compelling character like John Wick's character, and honestly, she was kind of just okay. She was still cool and badass to watch, but her character wasn't really that interesting at times, and again, she was a bit wooden and stuff. There's even some stuff with the story that made no sense. Again, I can't say anything because that will require spoilers, but there's some heavy things with the plot that make no sense. Like, I was even like, what? What the hell are they talking about? There are some things that is deeply flawed with the storytelling and with the plot. And again, I can't spoil it because it requires a lot of spoilers, but there's just some things that happen in Atomic Blonde that make no sense, and it does take you right out of the film. It is really distracting, and it takes you way out. There's some heavy flaws with the plot and story, but all in all, the movie is still a very fun action movie, and that's what people are going to see. They want to see a fun, enjoyable, entertaining action film, and it's exactly what you'll get. There's fun action scenes. There are some pretty decent characters. The characters could have been a little more memorable, a little more interesting, but the actors that portray them are very good actors that give good performances, and the movie does have good direction, good cinematography. The movie does have a lot of flaws with the story, and the movie does drag a bit. It's almost 2 hours. This movie could have easily been 1 hour and 45 minutes, but the movie dragged a little bit, but all in all, I still think it's a very fun, very good movie. Nowhere near as good as John Wick or John Wick 2, but it's definitely a movie I could still recommend. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give the movie Atomic Blonde a 7.7 out of 10. So yeah, not amazing, but still a very fun, enjoyable film, and yeah, I'd recommend it. So yeah, that was my review for the movie Atomic Blonde. So in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite female badass character? Yes, what do you think is the most badass female movie character, in your opinion? Mine, I was going to say Furiosa from Mad Max Fury Road, but I'm going to say Ellen Ripley from Alien and Aliens. Yes, most badass female character ever in movies. But yeah, what is your favorite? Who do you think is the most badass female character in movies? Comment below, let me know. And it's all for this video. Please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.